Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah.
Welcome to Ask TJ About Marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from TerryJohnsonOnline.com. Here today to talk about marketing and marketing strategy. Yes, we're going to answer a marketing question, a basic marketing question that you may not know or you may know and you need clarification on it. So we're going to talk about those marketing questions and get you the answer that you need. So on this show, we talk about marketing questions that have to do with content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, website blogs, anything that has to do with the world of online business. And you may have had this question for a while and never got the answer to, or didn't get a answer that helped you out. So you're going to be able, hopefully, you're going to be able to get that today. So let's get right into today's question. And today's question is, now it's not 100% correct, but see, that's where the human comes in. You got the knowledge. You're going to say, hey, that's not right. I like what you said. Let me take a piece of that. And I think, friend, you said that before about the puzzles, like getting pieces of stuff, and it makes you can make content faster and easier, but you still got to check on it.
Because I was looking for a title for something, and so I asked, and in this case I used ChatGPT. I said, create the title ideas for a new business or something, and I had to put in there what the business was and all of that.
Right.
And
you have to feed it a little bit with a little piece of information. You don't have to give it the encyclopedia. You can, and like I said, I think I said this before, when I get ideas, I put them down in my Asana or Notion I'm using now, a piece of a sliver of an idea, and I haven't formed it. I take that sliver and I put it into, I use ChatGPT, and it's going to give you more ideas from that little sliver that you had.
Right, which you can now craft a compelling message.
Yeah, you can take that sliver of idea, it fleshes it out a little bit, and you could say, it's like leading you down a path. You can say, okay, I don't, take this part, and I'm done this. I didn't like the whole thing, but I took a paragraph or a sentence and worked another chat and said, work with this. Show me what you can do with this. Show me what you can do with that. And then it gives me, because you got the knowledge. That's why I said it has to have the human. It doesn't do anything without our brain ideas. So this is the good thing about you recording your ideas. And it doesn't have to be fully formed or fleshed out. Oh, you know what? I got an idea about something, a phrase, and you write it down for later. And then you go sit down and say, ChatGPT or whoever, I say, explain this, and it'll go and tell me, and then you go from there. So see how you work it.
It really does make it a lot easier to come up with ideas or to expound on the ideas that we gave it.
Yes. It kind of leads you down. It gives you ideas that you didn't have before. And then, like Fran said, if you have an idea, you can ask it for business names. You could ask it for domain ideas. It can give you taglines. It can give you brand things. It can, design a logo, and this. It can do all of that just from your one little idea.
And we're still responsible for the final outcome. After it's done that, and you're like, oh no, I don't like the way that tastes. Okay, then you keep tweaking.
Yeah, we weave it around.
We are the ones with the final outcome is still in our hands.
Yes. You are the master of it. It's not the master of us yet. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But right now we control it. And I see a lot of people asking it little silly stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. I'm using this thing business. Making revenue, okay?
Yes.
And that's the idea we want to use it for.
When you talk about it for messaging and putting it out there, it makes it makes it so much easier that I can now create my message, put it out on social media or put it out. I created something and I took the components, put it in there, asked for a email that I could send out to people.
Yes, it
And
does that.
it converted the compelling message after I tweaked it a little bit. People signed up for the workshop.
There you go.
I'm
So that's it. Getting back to the messaging. That's a good example. I'm glad you brought that up about the hook of messaging. And because I thought about this, and I was like, okay, the person I found on Facebook that said what she said, I'm like, I agree. I put 100% agree because people, and this is going to happen. People are already, oh, well, let me do this. Let me run away with trying to, get people to sign up. I'm the expert at that, because they had ChatGPT spit something out. But see, if they're not the real expert, it's going to spit something out that doesn't work. It's going to show them up. You know how the Wizard of Oz, and they go behind the curtain and like, oh, then the dog Toto go back and pull the curtain over. Yeah, the great Wizard of Oz. So I don't, people get upset about that. About, oh, they're using the ChatGPT to create courses and get people to sign up. Well, here's the no, like, and trust factor. If before November, when this thing was released, because Chat, it's been out for years. It just was not a commercially open thing where it was easy to use. But before this, what were we doing? Building our brand on social media. What does that mean? We have websites, we have posts, we have podcasts. All of that stuff is online. So it's easy for somebody to go back and say, well, what were you doing before November 2022? Oh, I see. You were still talking about that for years. Or the person that goes and says, well, I'm going to use this to, scam or make money. If you go back and see what they were doing before November 2022, you see whether they were experts or not. And see, that was the beauty of, and I said about being online and posting. It wasn't about getting likes. Oh, nobody likes my stuff. Who cares? You're there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a proof. Social proof. We all got it. So now that this tool came around where everybody can be an expert at this and that and marketing and this and that and make emails to get people to sign up. If you want to go and just blindly sign up for whatever this person that puffed out of thin air, they didn't exist before November last year. Well, they did, but they were doing something else. Some other scam, or some other things.
Some other, whatever the trend was at that time.
You can look back and that person will have done like 20 things because they're trying to get money. And I'm not mad at them. If you can get it from the person, get it from the person, because that person should have been smart enough, because they got this thing in their hand, that it was like, okay, let me Google. Let me look up. If you know what you're talking about and you're selling this course for whatever it's selling, that means you've been talking about it. Know, like, and trust. That means you've been on social media talking about it. That means you have a website, a podcast, you were somewhere, and that footprint is online. And if they don't have that, close your wallet. Close your wallet. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I've been saying this that before, that I've been following a couple people, when they say buy something or they have something to offer that I can afford it, I get it because I've been following them for years.
Right. And they're not going to lead you astray.
Yes.
And leave you out in the wilderness somewhere. Well, no.
They've been talking about it before this. Like the lady I said that now she has a funnel program where she teaches people how to create funnels and easy, and she even built her own software. So I was following her when she was just selling MailChimp courses, how to set up your MailChimp, $17. Yeah. Now she's, fast forward, built a community, has people that when she offers something, she ain't gotta sell it. People like, here, take my money, because they already know, and they've seen the progression of her building things that they need, that audience needs.
Right.
So she's got a Facebook. Let me check her Facebook group for a minute. I think she's got like 20, 30,000 people in that Facebook group. And she can drop something what she has, and people are like, I'll be there, I'll buy that. When she does in-person things, I think they go to Disney World every year, and it's like a lot of money. And she goes and they have the in-person intensive. The thing sells out. Like, it sells out. Like, and there's only a certain amount of people. But because they've seen her value before.
And they resonate with her.
Yes.
They resonate with her. They feel like she's taking care of it. She's one of them. And so, and they are with her. Hey, Fraser, all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Hey, Fraser. How are you? I hope you're doing well.
So,
okay, so yeah, let's get back to this messaging and hooking thing, because I was talking about personalization and segmentation. Those things sound complicated, but it's not. It's just now about creating. We were talking about language. It's just about what's the language when you want to post something on LinkedIn versus posting on Instagram versus posting on Facebook versus posting on TikTok if you're there. Because they all the platforms have a different language. So before it was like, okay, well, we're just going to make one message get posted everywhere, and then was upset when it didn't get traction on LinkedIn, but it got traction on Facebook. That's because you have to write it differently. And Gary Vaynerchuk has said this, and he's done it before AI. But what I'm saying is that we can do it now easily. It's not going to be something where I sit down for hours writing a blog post. I can do that in a few seconds. And then I can take that blog post, article, whatever, tell the tool to create 10 captions for Instagram, and it will do it. Or create 5 captions for Facebook, and it will do it. And then you can say, well, I don't like that. Create different captions, and it will do it. You can do this in Canva. Canva has improved their Canva Write tool, Magic Write tools, to where I saw this yesterday that you don't even have to go to Canva Docs. You could just start anything, Instagram post, and it's right. You can put it right into Instagram where you tell it to write a caption for blah, 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 and it writes it. And then you can say, oh, I don't like that, rewrite it, and it rewrites it right on the Instagram post. So you don't have to start with the Canva Doc, which, we looked at that, where you started with the Canva Doc, and then you sent it to it's a presentation and turn that into different things. Now you can just start with whatever image that you want. A reel. If you want to start with a reel, there's Magic Write in there that will write the text, the caption that you need. And if you don't like it, we'll rewrite it. If you want to summarize it, you can put a bunch of stuff in there and summarize it. What I'm saying is that you can start with one piece of content. You can even, like, if you like doing podcasts and videos, you can have the translated script, take that and send it to your tool and tell it to pull out quotes, pull out taglines, pull out captions, pull out 280 character captions for Twitter or 300 for Instagram. And if you don't like it, say, give me a different version, and it will get. So see how this all happens in seconds. So this is what I'm talking about with the hook of your messaging. You have a better platform, a better place to do all of that, because it was time consuming before, or you didn't want to do it, or it was just like, oh, it just seems like a lot of work. The tool does it now. Everything. You want to know the target audience, it will give you the demographics. You want to know the psychographics, it'll give you the graphics. It'll make your persona. It'll make this and that. And then once you do all that, you can say, write me 10 captions for Instagram for this persona. Then it will do it for that persona. This is what I'm talking about, the hook of messaging, because you're getting into personalization of a specific person, because you are talking to one person. You're not talking to everyone. So what did I say at the beginning? Let me go back to my quote. When you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. That's from Seth Godin. So you're not speaking to everyone anymore, because we're in a place where everybody has a tool that creates good content. I didn't say great. I said good. You get, okay, here, spit it out. And some people copy and paste. Smart people take it and retool it and making great content. So that's us, right?
Yes.
Making great content. But now we need to take it a step further because we got to get the hook. We got to hook in the audience. That means we don't want everybody. We want one person. You make the content for 1 or 2 people, and then you put that out in the world, and guess what? Analytics will tell you whether that was a hit or miss. And if it's a hit, take it back to ChatGPT and say, give me more of this. In 1 second, boom, you're off of the races, and then you can move on to the job of creating, working on business development for your business, creating new products and services.
Right. And
scaling your business.
So it's taking the marketing part of the business and making it more streamlined, more efficient with the time. You're not spending all that time that you would normally spend weeks on in your marketing.
That's why I said this tool is the game changer, a godsend for the solopreneur, the small business owner.
Right.
So we're creating with this tool, but we have to create content that's going to hook our audience. It was harder to do before. Now it is in seconds. It will spit out what you need. I'm not saying it's going to give it to you 100% formed. We don't want that, because you got the knowledge of the industry, the niche, or whatever you're talking about, and you're going to say, and I've done that, like, that's not right. That one thing isn't right. That dating is right. That this isn't right. And then I go, okay, I correct it, like the teacher with the red pen, and then you rework it. Now that process, people, I got to get a blog post out. I need a day or two. You don't need that anymore. So guess what? This frees up your time, but we've got to use this in the right way. And I'm talking about personalization, segmentation. That means talking to your audience, and they're in different stages of the problem that they're in or what they need. Now you can write content to reach every one of those people in the different stages that there are. Like your persona, they may be at this stage, and then another group, they're at that stage, and you're like, well, I gotta write content for everybody. Not anymore. We're writing content for where they are. You can meet them where they are
for a specific
problem. This is how we're gonna stand out, because now everybody got ChatGPT. Everybody's writing content that's good, and you're like, well, how do I stand out? This, because we got an advantage over the people that are just discovering this thing and going, well, let me create a course that for $9.97, but they don't know anything about the topic, the industry, the market. We do, because we've been in it. So you know how to message, how to create messaging that hooks that right person in, where they're just making content for everybody. They're not personalization and segmentation. They're just writing stuff. Let me get everybody. So let them continue on that path. We're on the path of, okay, I'm gonna let ChatGPT write a LinkedIn post for this person, that person, that person, that person, and they do it in seconds. And you are just, let me put this up and let me schedule it in my scheduler, and I got more free time to do whatever it is I want. Work on my business, go to the park, take the kids out, go eat, whatever it is. You got more time now. But the thing is that I want you to be aware of that everybody has the tool. So everybody's making content, and all their content looks the same. I've seen it, because they're just giving it general instructions. We're doing specialized stuff. So I hope this discussion helped answer that question for you. And if you have if you need clarification, or if you need more information about this topic, reach out to me, TerryJohnsonOnline.com, or go to your favorite social media platform. I'm on most of them. Look for Terry Johnson Online. Terry Johnson Online. Search for that. Find me on your favorite social media platform. Reach out, ask me a question in the DMs, in the comments, on a post, wherever you feel like you need to ask me a question, and I will answer it. Don't worry, I will answer it. So I hope that discussion helped you with the answer to this question, and we'll see you next time.
Uh.